And we are live again. Hey, everybody, it's Lystra, and I'm coming back on to give you guys the latest stats. Believe it or not, my book, Get Real, is number 3 in hot new releases. Woo! This is so awesome. I was looking for my book down in the low, the 46, the 80 something, 100 and whatever. And I scrolled down and passed my book, and it was way at the top at number 3. You know what? The Lord is doing some work today. So this is day of celebration. I had to go get me some party hat and some pom-poms so that we could celebrate this together. This is just a day, as you can see, of just a lot of shimmer, a lot of shine, and that's what we're doing today. We are coming on just celebrating this amazing thing that God is doing, and I'm so excited to share this with you guys today. We have party favors in the house. We have all kind of celebration going on, and this is just so fun. So basically, this is what I'm here for today, is to introduce you guys to my hot new release. That's what they're calling it, a hot new release. And give me a second here, because I meant to have this up, and I was so busy looking around and stuff that I didn't actually pull this up. So let me see if I can't, let me see what page this is. Okay, here we are. See, here's my book right here. I want to share this with you guys so that you can get on to your platforms, and you can get on there and just see the book that's out there. It is available right now on Amazon.com, and you can go on there, and I put it down here in the ticker tape so you could see. Just go to Amazon and search for Get Real Lystra, and I'm sure that you will find it. And today I'm coming on and off of social media all day long just so that I can announce my new book. So this is the official launch day. This is the perfect day for you to go ahead and download a copy of my new ebook, which is called Get Real: Healing Your Identity and Unlocking Your Purpose. And this book has taken me about 2 years to put together, and I was still just obtaining some healing. Even just recently, there was some things that I put into the book kind of at the last minute, and some new things and some new revelation that the Lord was giving me. So this is literally hot off the presses, you guys. So I am just so thankful that the Lord has given me the ability to get this book out, and that you guys can benefit from it, because it's basically a book about my healing journey. It's not just a story about my healing. It's really just kind of almost like a textbook, like a step-by-step of the things that a person would need to do to go from where they're hurting and needing healing to where they're actually just ready to take flight like a butterfly. And so that's, of course, explains the cover, because we have to go through some transitions and transformations in life before we can actually fly. And so there is a great analogy in the book. It's written in the stages of the butterfly life. And so I know you're going to enjoy it. I know that you're going to get something amazing out of it. And if for some reason you feel like, you have done some healing and you're in a great place in life, then that is amazing. And what I would then say is, hey, buy the book for somebody else. Buy the book for another person that that needs healing, or that is on the road to their recovery, because there is going to be a lot of things in there that they'll be able to gain from, some knowledge, and just be able to just kind of understand where they're at on the journey. And so anyway, I'm just excited, because I literally just saw that piece of news right before I came on. So I was like, whoa, I gotta go get my party favors, because today it is party time. Because pretty soon, before the end of this day, guess what? I'm coming back as the #1 bestseller on Amazon. Definitely so. So anyway, I'm just sharing this day with you. And while I'm here, I'm just saying, hey, go and download your copy of Get Real today, so that you can have the information on how to get real with God, yourself, and others. And so, if you've been following me this morning, I've been coming on with some amazing guests, some amazing women, just some amazing, talented women of God, people that are just have a heart for the Lord and for other people, those that have many gifts and have been through some healing of their own and are now just doing amazing things in their life and walking in their purpose. Or even as we were talking to Michelle and Lawanda an hour or so ago, and Michelle is saying, I'm still not there. I'm still in the middle of my healing, but I'm pushing for it and I'm fighting for it. And, it's just such a blessing when you can at least get to the point where you understand where you're at and you understand what's going on, and you can just get that fight and you can get that perseverance going. So anyway, I want to bring on for you my next awesome guest. I have known this lady for so long. I don't even want to tell you how long, because if I tell you how long, that's really going to tell you a lot about our age. And actually, I'm sure she looks so much younger than me, you never would believe, but she has been my best friend for like 40 years. And so I am just so thankful that she had time and availability to come on today and share some stuff with us. She is an amazing, amazing woman, entrepreneur, mom, wife, so many things. So I don't have to toot her horn. She could do that for herself and tell you all about herself. So I'm just going to bring up my good friend, Nicole Kelso, right now so that she can share this moment with us. And we're just going to have a good time today celebrating what's going on in the world over here. And so I think you have yourself on mute. Okay, there you go. Good. Yay!
Yay!
So this
all right, Lystra, I'm so excited for Lystra. I am so excited. So please, everybody, get out there. Definitely get your copy of your book so that she can get to that #1 spot. I have gotten my copy. Definitely make your purchase today. And here's my little one sticking his head. He wants to say hi to Auntie. Congratulate her. We're so excited. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And when you all read this book, you'll see that it takes you through this incredible transformation that you could be making in your life too. And it gives you, just amazing step-by-step processes that you could take with the guidance of God and your direct connection with God and every step of the way, and rebuilding you. And in the end, yes, you feel you could just really feel that connection. So thank you, Lystra. It is so well written. You're such an incredible author. Always has been. I'm so glad you are out there sharing your gift of as a writer out with the world. We know that you're an awesome, incredible speaker and incredible in your ministry. So I'm just feeling extremely blessed and extremely excited for you for your release of your book. So please, everybody, get out there and get the book. We got to get her to #1 in all the categories. Come on.
Yes, that would be so awesome. I'm like, all I've been seeing all the last week or so I've been looking at this is Michelle Obama, of course, is #1 right now in every category. She's just #1 in books. You pull up books, she's the first thing you see. Sure. And that's amazing. And so I'm just like, hey, if I could be #1 in anything, any other category, what an honor, right? To just be up there in the ranks with some of the other people. So right now, the person that I am competing with for the #1 spot is Dr. Henry Cloud, who wrote the book Boundaries almost 30 years ago. That book is still #1 in Christian counseling and recovery. And it's been there all week. It's been there since I've been looking at it. Dr. Henry Cloud, I have your book on my bookshelf. That is an amazing topic about boundaries. But guess what? At some point today, you're going to be #2. Maybe I'm about to just go forth. Not just because it's about me, but because you know what? A story of transformation and healing is nothing but the goodness of God. And God deserves that kind of spot. God deserves that kind of recognition. And Dr. Henry Cloud is a Christian, so I'm not trying to, injure nobody, but I just need that spot for just a little while, Dr. Henry Cloud. So it's okay. You've had it for a while. You're not gonna miss it. It's all right. I won't tell nobody. Anyway, but this is so fun, Nicole. Like, you have known me longer than anybody, I think, who's currently in my life, aside from maybe my older brother. But other than that, you're probably in the number one spot of people who know me well. So, be kind.
Oh, of course, of course.
Just kidding. It's okay if you want to say something, whatever. Everybody only knows me of current right now, but you could probably tell a few stories from back when.
Oh gosh, and it's so funny because the kids have been asking me about the stories of my life, and so many include you in the story, and they can't believe some of the things that I've talked about, or I actually had that kind of life. Do you remember the time babysitting? Wait, do you remember the time we did babysitting for like the first time? A little baby who lived across the street from you, and we babysat together.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I was
Yes.
just, what in the world? Okay, so people need to imagine we sort of get a glimpse of a horror movie. We watch our first scary movie while we're babysitting a little baby. The parents are home, and I have to walk home in the dark on the streets. And it's like,
Uh,
and oh my gosh, it was like, oh my gosh, that was probably, I remember that. I just remember like totally being very tight and
that's
walking
so
all the way
crazy.
home. That is so hilarious. Okay,
Yeah.
funny things to remember. Do you remember? Oh, crazy things to remember. Your horse. Lister had a horse. We lived in a really cool area in Los Angeles County that people, I'm sure, the city of Los Angeles, sure didn't believe was in existence back then. Because it was like we lived in the boonies.
Yeah. It was kind of rural. Yeah.
Very rural, and wasn't much out there. 7-Eleven to go walk. But around the corner from us, we actually had stables, and Lister kept her horse in the stable over there. And one day she was out riding her horse, and they had just built the freeway, and the horse bucked her and ran onto the freeway. And oh my gosh, it was all over
That
the news.
was awful.
That was crazy.
That
That
was awful.
it was
It
oh
was really awful because I pretty much had a busted tailbone, and
oh
I was
no.
so afraid that my parents were gonna kill me for losing the horse. Like I didn't know
Oh,
where he went.
oh my gosh. Oh,
But
no.
I did make the paper. Well, I
Yeah,
didn't make the paper, but the horse
of course
made
you
the
did.
paper.
The paper and the
The
news.
police had to grab the horse and pull him off the freeway.
Oh my gosh. That was
Yeah,
a
stuff.
crazy moment. So things that people don't even think about or
I
can even fathom. Um,
I think
I just remember you always being an incredible writer. That too. I mean, since we were kids, I would be like, Listra, you have a report due tomorrow. You'd be like, oh, I'll get to it. I'll get to it at midnight. And then I'd ask you a few days later, how did it go? Oh, A plus. I'd be like, oh my,
oh my gosh, I have not changed. I have
yeah.
been up all night preparing for this day. That is just me. I just wait till the last minute or things don't work out and I just push through and keep it pushing. So, yes, if I start looking a little weary later, people just know that the excitement is going to keep me rolling when I reach that number one spot
Yeah.
because I haven't been to bed in like a day and a half or 2 days. I don't know.
I do not
But
do that, Listra. I cannot stay up overnight, and Listra can stay up. She does not have to sleep. She can keep going nonstop, especially if she's got something just this burning desire in her heart, and she's sharing her gift with the world, or she's sharing with other people. That's one thing I do recognize, is that when you do stay up all night, that means you're giving something to someone else. You are preparing yourself. That is so, it is. It's so true. You're preparing to share something, some part of you, some part of your gifts to someone else. And that is definitely something I recognize. When you open your house up to others, you will stay up all night long to prepare a place for them. Ooh, who does that sound like? I don't know. Right? Of course I know.
Okay. Now you're just over here saying it's quoting scriptures. I go to prepare a place for you. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know about that. I'm trying to be more and more like Jesus, but we have not arrived.
You do open your home up. You make people feel very comfortable in it. And you are just such a giving person. And so when people read this book, they're going to see your heart, and they are going to be transformed. So I just want everyone to know, definitely get your copy of this book. Definitely get your copy of Get Real, because you will be transformed. Read it and read it again and read it again, because you're going to get different insights.
That's true. Yeah.
You're going to get
it's so much material to take in. I think you have to either read it step by step and take your time, or you have to read it multiple times. Because even as I was editing it, I was like, man, I didn't even remember writing this. And this is like such a good way to, analogize this, or this just really touched me right now, and it's just amazing, that journey, because a lot of times when you're pouring out of yourself, that's just a process that the Lord takes you through. There's a lot of things that when you do get in that space, it's really the Holy Spirit that is giving you the words, because this is not just my book. I mean, this is God's book. This is something that he, inspired me to put out there for other people. I mean, like you're saying, that is my heart, always to want to help somebody else. If me sharing my stories and embarrassing myself, or, what did you call, put yourself out there, to me, it's like, there is no embarrassment if it's going to help somebody else. If somebody else can find themselves in that crazy story and just be like, whoa, I thought I was the only one, then it was worth it. If just for the one person, and if that made it click together so that you now understand, what you could have versus what you have today, hey, that could just change your life right there. That's transformation.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's my journey. I lived, and you've known me so long, but it's like I lived in this place of, I don't believe in myself. I don't feel good about myself. I'm depressed. I have low self-worth, low self-value, and always putting myself down and just saying just my own self-fulfilling prophecies, like nothing's working and when is this ever going to get better? It's like when you're looking at everything from a negative perspective, that's all you're going to get back is what you say. And so it just was such a journey, and it's amazing because, like, for you to still be here all these years later and to be on the other side of this and to see a lot of, the transformation, and to have hung in there, everybody ain't trying to hang around for that type of situation, but for you to be able to come on and just be highlighting things and seeing the gold, like that's the thing that was always so beautiful about you, because you always look for the positive, you look for the gold, you're always digging for the better thing. And to my annoyance at times, of course, because I'm like, this sucks, and how come I can't? And you're just like, girl, you're gonna get there, girl, don't worry about it. And I was just like, you just need me to hit you right now. But I'm just tired of your positivity at the moment.
I can't help myself. Even it's so, Lystra, let me tell you, even my mom does that. She gets so mad at me sometimes because she's just like, why are you so positive?
I know.
I can't help myself.
It's a gift. I mean, it's such a gift, and the world needs that, because of course that's why you're such an amazing entrepreneur builder, because you can just pull people out of that negative mindset and out of their lack of belief in themselves and the doubt that they're having. It's like that's a gift to be able to lift someone out of a place that they're in so that they can see themselves in a different light than they ever would have seen on their own. So, I mean, what a blessing to have, a friend like you. It's like, and it's like we're there for each other at different times in different ways, but it's just like, it's amazing that a friendship could just stand the test of time and, push on through, have kids, have grandkids, keep it pushing. So
seasons of our life we have gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, I am really excited for you. I can't help myself. I did prepare a song. Did you want me to share it?
Sure. Are you ready to do that right now? We're just sitting here. See, this is a part of me that none of the people online know. They don't know me to be super silly. They don't know me to be, like, oh my gosh, Lystra, are you watching scary movies? Like that's just that's horrible. But I'm just saying it's the stuff that, that certain people could say about you. Because when I think about us being young, I think about we were always the kids who did kind of stay in the boundaries. We knew that we weren't allowed outside of our neighborhood. We knew that we weren't allowed outside of the yard at times. We knew that we had to stay inside the house at certain times. And luckily, your mom trusted me enough that I was allowed inside. So I would just spend the most time I could just over there at your house and having a great time and so forth. But I do remember one time that we left the neighborhood. I'm sure it was more than once, but I'm just going to talk about one time that we left the neighborhood and we went over. It was probably 2 or 3 neighborhoods over. And I don't know, I think it was one of your friends or something that we went and on our bikes or something, and we're just hanging out for a little bit. And he had this motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, I want to drive that motorcycle, because my mom had just taught me how to drive a stick shift. So I guess I was about 15 or 16. And I was like, I could drive that. I know how to shift gears. I don't know what I was thinking, because a bike is different than a car.
I was like, yeah, you could do it.
And that's how we were. We were always pushing each other like, you could do this, girl. You could do this. But I was just so excited to be like, I could do it. It was one of those speed bikes. It was super heavy. But I got on that bike and I took off down the street, kind of going downhill. Oh my gosh, it was like the most awesome thrill, but the most scariest thing, because I'm not that kind of a risk taker normally. I'm usually the one standing on the curb going, go ahead then. If that's what you want to do, go on ahead. I'm going to be right here if you need a ride to the hospital.
Right. Oh my gosh. Not you.
So, I mean, it was so crazy that I took that, that chance to do that. And that was just craziness. I think I just went by myself. I don't remember if you were on there with me, but yes, I just wrote it down and wrote it back. And I was like, okay, we're done. And even when I stopped the bike, I didn't even have enough strength in my legs to hold it up because it was so heavy. I don't know what the heck sometimes we be thinking, but hey, we're here today. We're still beautiful. We still have all our bones in our body.
Yes, thank goodness.
We made it through.
So many members. And I remember in the front yard us playing Zim Zam with everybody in the neighborhood and just making so many holes in the grass.
Right? Zim Zam was our game.
That was our game.
It was so great.
What in the world was Zim Zam? It was kind of like tetherball tennis. Right.
It was like a tether ball with a tennis ball on it and just an iron rod, and you stick it in the grass and it spins around and you have to hit it with the tennis paddle or whatever that paddle was.
A little kind of ping
pong. It was fun. I mean, that was a workout.
It sure was. Right.
Yeah. No, but mostly we were just enjoying being out in the yard with everybody else watching us.
Yes, yes.
It was really cool.
They come into the yard. I mean, that was the most hilarious thing. Oh my gosh. And we couldn't go out the yard and they couldn't come in the yard, but they could look. I mean,
right. They could watch us from the hedge.
From the hedge. Oh my gosh. So many things. Oh my gosh.
I know. And some of you guys are watching this and you're like, that's the most dangerous thing you could think of. But hey, we're just kind of like nerdy good girls. Like, I don't know. This is just our version of going coloring outside the lines, that's all it is.
Right.
So maybe it wasn't too risque for some of you guys, but it was risky for us because there was vicious dogs and there was parents who were going to tear us up, and there was the risk of us not being able to see each other for a while. That would cost more than an injury.
Right. And you guys have to think about it. I think we're like 11, 12, 13, 14. We're kids.
Totally.
Kids doing all this stuff. That's so funny.
That is awesome. But yeah, I don't know if you want to set up and do your song. That'd be awesome.
Okay, yes, and this is another great memory I have with us as kids is singing, and singing in church, singing at home, singing in different places, and just really having great harmony together. So thank you, Lystra, for asking me to share my gift because I rarely do, and I need to get back out there and start doing this much more often. So I'm singing a song called You Say, which I totally think fits the theme of your book. Let me get myself together here.
Yep. And so while she is doing that, I'm just going to share this one more time with the book here. You guys are here because I had a book launch. Today is my official book launch of my brand new book called Get Real, Healing Your Identity and Unlocking Your Purpose. And that's exactly what it's about. It's taking you through the chronicle steps of healing your identity. If you don't know who you are, if you were like me and you were suffering from a lack of identity, lack of self-esteem, lack of self-worth, you don't really know what your purpose is. You may have asked yourself, why am I even here? What is this all about? And if you feel like you've been in that place or that you're there right now, this book is for you because it really just takes you through all the steps it takes of surrendering to God and going through a pruning process of having people and things cut out of your life, and then going through like a restoration process where then you begin to build on some positive things and gain some gifts, and then you get to a transformation where you go from being like the picture on the book, from being an egg to a caterpillar to a chrysalis or a cocoon, and then eventually being released as a butterfly, which actually takes work to get out of that cocoon. So it's a work in progress, and it's a lot of work, and it's not an easy journey. But it's great when you can have a resource like this that can kind of walk you through some of the things you might see along the way and some reasons why some things may have happened, because I just felt like my life was just thrown at me and it was what I had and it was the cards I was dealt and I couldn't do nothing about it. But now I realize that that was what the enemy wanted me to believe. And the longer that I spoke the negativity and agreed with it, it just kept fulfilling itself in the negativity. And so now that I know different, I don't let people talk negative in front of me. If any of you are out there, when we're talking and you're like, well, my headache. And I was like, whoa, 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 that's not your headache. Don't claim it because it needs to go. Like just simple things like that of just not claiming negative things for yourself or your body or your family, and not speaking in terms of, of the situation now. Speak in terms of the truth of the promise that God has given you, that where it's going or where it could go if you would speak those things into existence. So that's just a little bit while Nicole's getting herself ready. She's ready to sing. She's all set. And you guys are going to be so blessed. She's an amazing, amazing vocalist. And that's definitely not her only talent. So you'll get to hear some more of her other talents after she sings. So take it away, Nicole. Unmute yourself.
All right. Thank you, Lystra. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every little high and low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Oh, you say I am loved when I don't feel nothing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel nothing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, you say I am yours, and I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe, oh, I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Oh, I believe. I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. Amen, amen.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you,
Yes.
you.
I love that song. Woo!
I do.
Power, and celebrate.
Yes. Woo!
Yes, I do believe, because sometimes we don't feel strong. Sometimes we're just feeling like we're not enough, that we can't make it. And it's only because of God and the faith that He allows us to have, and just the truth of the word that makes us just know, if I could just believe what God says and not believe the lies, I could get somewhere with that. I can
Right.
get some traction on the ground. I can get out of that pit. I can get out of those situations. So I love that song. Thank you for choosing that one. That was a good one. Whew, I love that. So
Oh,
good.
I love that sign. I love that. I love that song. Um, I just love that lyric. In you I find my worth. In you I find my identity.
Yep.
Yes.
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 It's only through Christ that we can find identity. And that's why you have to heal it because the world's trying to tear it up, tear it down, and make
Yes.
you compare yourself to something that you're not. And so, it's like even with friends, there's things about you. I'm like, I wish I could be like her. I wish I had that thing, or I wish I could do that the way she does it. And, there's probably some things that you're like, man, I wish I could do that the way she does that. I wish I had, that particular situation. And it's just like we can all look at someone else in terms of what we see the difference. And it's
Right.
okay to admire somebody. It's okay to see the differences. It's okay to point that out, but we can't lay in a pit of I don't have that, so I'm not enough. You
No.
know,
And everybody
that's real.
through a different journey. So you never know what journey was for that particular person and how they arrived at where you're seeing. You never know what other struggles that they are going through at the same time. So it's really in your perception. So it's much better to just take a step back and just appreciate who you truly are, appreciate all the wonderful gifts that you've already been given and
Right.
who you are authentic, who you are authentically, and just learn to love yourself. So I think that your book, Get Real, really helps people to break out of that feeling and that sense of self-doubt and have that empowerment, have that sense of feeling that alignment with what God has said. Look, you're a child of God. You've got all of this within you, and I've given it all to you. Now I want you to feel rebuilt, just like you said. And they're going to uh, uh, they're going to transition. They're going to transform into this beautiful butterfly at the end of. So definitely.
Like you can't be something that's pretty or beautiful or that's so perfect and new and just sit on a shelf either, because it's
Mhm,
like people think, well, I don't look shiny like they look, so I'm not good enough. But it's like,
mhm, mhm,
even the shiny brand new thing that sits on the shelf and doesn't do anything with their gifts and doesn't live the purpose that they were intended, if they're just sitting on the shelf looking pretty soon they're going to be sitting on the shelf looking rusty
mhm,
because,
mhm.
life requires action.
Right.
Life is a verb, not a noun.
Mhm,
So it's
mhm,
like,
mhm.
I mean, only egghead people would talk like that. I know. But, life, you have to be in action, and a lot of times people that are in despair, they're parked. And sometimes I know I've used that analogy between us and between me and a lot of people. It's like we have these moments where we go through these flat tire moments in our life, like it'll just be like, oh, you have a flat tire this week, huh? Like I know, like you just feel like you're on the side of the road. Like maybe you're on a pause for a minute, but
Mhm,
like I've said before, you could have a flat tire or even two flat tires at one time. You would never walk away from your car and just leave it sitting there on the highway. You're
mhm.
still going
Right.
to call somebody to repair it because that car is worth much more than a tire or two, you know.
Mhm,
And so a lot of times in life, that's the kind of thing that people would do. They're like, "Oh, this is wrong and that's wrong, so it's a wrap. It's just a
mhm,
waste."
mhm.
So, like, I mean, talk about that for a second. Like, when you have somebody that's sitting there and they may be in despair, I know you work a lot with women entrepreneurs or women that want to be entrepreneurs. And just leading into that, it's like you have a single mom and maybe she's gone through a terrible relationship breakup, or maybe she has a child who's special needs, or just a situation where she can't just get out there and work a traditional job, or maybe she just doesn't even have the help from her family or something to accomplish what so many others have, you know, with support. So like, what kind of things, you know, would you build into someone like that, you know, that needs something for themselves but just doesn't know where to start?
Right. So, Listra, you just know me so well.
I
So,
do.
yes. Okay. So, I help entrepreneurs, especially mompreneurs like me, believe, create, and achieve a business and life of their dreams. And what I do is um, if they're struggling with how to transition from the corporate world or their careers, or if they're stay-at-home moms and they're looking for a way to generate income online, I help provide tools and strategies and just guidance in creating a lifestyle and online business um, with them. And I also help them do it in a way where they're aligned more with their happiness and they're able to be more positive, and it's more of something that they're passionate about. So I help them with taking their passions and finding a way, yes, their passions, their purpose, and finding a way to make it and turn it into something that is a viable and profitable business. They work with me um, for right now, and I get them to that sense of happiness and fulfillment and consistent income in as little as um, 90 days.
Wow.
So that is what I do. For someone who is really struggling, we definitely start on working with what their struggles are. What are they struggling with? Are they struggling with trying to find the time? Are they struggling with because especially as being a mom,
Yeah.
being a mom and trying to juggle right now while we're
That's a full-time job
it's
just
a
by
full-time job. And while we are definitely dealing with this pandemic, we've got so many kids who are being homeschooled. We've got a lot of parents who are at home right now also working, or maybe they're not working and they're looking for ways to generate additional streams of income. So, how to do that in a way where you're able to get in the time, in a way where you're not feeling guilty as a mom for taking some of that time away or setting aside some of that time to be able to dedicate to your business and that way to generate that additional income towards your family. So we work through those issues, those struggles, those pains, and then we come out on the other side with some amazing results where you're able to figure out what it is that really just lights you up, that really is something that you would want to do in your life, and you would wake up just inspired to take action,
yeah,
inspired
that's
action.
the word, inspire.
Like,
I love that word.
yes, inspired action as opposed to feeling like, oh my gosh, this is drudgery, I'm forced to do this. No, you don't want to push yourself. You want to be inspired and excited and be willing to keep going until you don't sleep for 2 days, like someone I know.
I mean, those two things that we do go so well together. It's interesting that we're friends because the way we you know, help people is very similar, because it's like, if I am a person who just feels stuck in a rut and I don't know what I should do, but I feel this thing inside that's calling me to step outside of the box and do something bigger than me, you know? And it's like, you can't discover your passion until you get some healing for the things that have hurt you or veered you off of a healthy path, whatever that is, whether it's physical health, mental, emotional. If you're having some things going on that you feel debilitated, you might need repair, you know, you might need fix that flat. You might need to go get some counseling, some prayer, some medication. I don't know, whatever it is that you can go with wisdom and prayer and say, God, where do I need to go? How do I need to handle this? And be able to get what you need. Because once you kind of handle that thing, you repair that patch on that tire, you could just roll on down the road. But you can't roll well and healthy when you have a debilitation. So it's really good if you could find what you're saying is like you're trying to find for them, like, what's the holdup? Maybe they have a spending issue. Maybe they have a budgeting issue that could be fixed, that they realize they have more money to work with than they thought. Or maybe they really don't have the finances, but really what's missing is their drive. And maybe they just need to know who they are. And if they discovered what their gifts were, if you know what your personal gifts are, but you can't see them yourself because they're buried in to-do lists and kids, homework, and I don't know, whatever things go on in people's lives, taking care of parents or whatever it is that you're down with. And it's just like, hey, you might just need a session to just understand who you are. Maybe somebody just needs to pour into you for a minute and tell you what they see in you so that you could try to recognize that. And once they have some positive light of, maybe I could do that. Or, I did that when I was in high school and I just forgot about it. And to be able to have somebody recognize it and begin to pull that out of you, that's the value of coaching, right? When you're coaching somebody and you can pull those things out, you can pull the hurt out and pull the negative out and help them to see it in a more positive light, their life, and then pour in some positive things. And that may take a time or two. That may take a few sessions. That may take, a little while, depending what their goals are and where they're at. But I wanted to highlight the coaching thing because you and I both have a contest right now, a giveaway that we are featured in on social media. And all you guys out there in social media land, I know you've probably seen it on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. There is a giveaway right now where we are basically raffling off or giving away 2 free coaching sessions, 1 hour with myself and 1 hour with Miss Nicole. And so we're kind of on a similar line. Nicole, though, comes more up from a business strategy perspective. And I'm just like fully ministry heart, like, how you feeling today? Because we need to deal with your emotions. But either way, wherever you feel like you're at in your journey, having a coach and a coaching session and somebody to be able to say, this is what you're presenting, but this is what I see. Let me give you a couple of things that you can take with you to work on. And then you can get to a little better place. And then maybe we can talk some more, down the line. And build a relationship so that you can literally just get to your purpose, because that's the goal, to get to the other side of it. So I know I'm just kind of going into a lot of stuff, but I wanted to mention the coaching because that's why I stayed on the screen with you for a moment, because this is who we both are. We're coaches. We are giving away this 1 hour coaching session. So whichever one you get, you're going to be amazingly blessed, and you're going to come out with some amazing things for yourself so that you can push forward into your purpose. And we're doing that, just for this book launch, just to get the word out there and get some people understanding the benefits of coaching and mentoring. So I don't know if you want to segue over that way and kind of loop into whatever you had, and I can just let you go into your presentation.
That's great. So with our 1 hour strategy session, coaching session, what we'll discuss definitely is what it is that you really would like to do in life for your business. And we will go through some steps that help you reveal ways to see if you have a viable business idea. And we'll take that step by step. And in the end, we will come out with a viable business idea or a way to identify it. And also, let's work on your 15-second elevator speech, so that when someone asks you, what do? You immediately have an answer, and they will be able to say, hey, I want to work with you, or I want that. So I look forward to whoever becomes the winner. I mean, just good luck, blessings sent your way, to getting a chance to speak with you for that hour session. So I'm so excited, and I'm very excited for Lystra, and I'm so excited that you all are out there supporting her, rooting her on. Please get her book, Get Real. I definitely have my copy. Click on the link. I bought my copy early this morning. It was so simple. I clicked on a link in my text, and I went straight to Amazon. It took me to the page. And it shows you right here that I purchased it. Oh, there we go on my camera this morning. It is awesome. I'm so excited about it. Making sure you guys can see this clearly. I don't know. Oh, let's do it a little bit clearer. Yes, and it was purchased with a one click. Make it very simple right on Amazon. And let's get her there to #1 today. Thank you guys for being so supportive. Um, and just blessing Lystra. And I know that you all have been blessed by her in some way, shape, or form, either through her ministry or just through her prayer. I know Lystra is an amazing prayer warrior. So if you ever need prayer from Lystra Wilson, oh my gosh, you will feel totally transformed just from her prayers too. So she's such an amazing an amazing um just 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 amazing minister, and an amazing person who just loves God with all her heart and all her might, and has ever since she was a little child. And I am here to tell you, yes, that is so true. We've known each other since we were young children. So I am very excited to see that she's making her way up the bestsellers list in Amazon with her book, Get Real. And I am excited that you're here and supporting her. And I know I've mentioned that before. Keep supporting her. Send emails to your friends and family and give them the links to go purchase the book. I promise you they will be transformed. They will be transformed. And I know that the butterfly has always been such an amazing symbol for Lystra as a person. And just the analogy of her book, and the changes that she shares with you in the book that she's gone through in her life, the analogy of the butterfly's metamorphosis, and how you can transform like the butterfly to something that's so beautiful, that's able to spread its wings and fly and pretty much share its gifts by helping to even pollinate the world more, with going from plant to plant and taking the pollen and take and allowing us to see its beautifulness as it flies across in the sky. I mean, just so many ways that a butterfly's beauty and presence can bless us. It is amazing. And so definitely look in the book and see how Lystra streams brilliantly, streams the analogy of the butterfly's transformation, um, with the analogy of the transformation you can make with your direct relationship with God. Excuse me. So I am also excited to share with you maybe just a little bit about myself. I am Nicole Kelso. You can find me at NicoleKelso.com. I am a success coach and often called the Mompreneur's Muse. And I help mompreneurs, entrepreneurs that are similar to me, believe, create, and achieve a business of life of their dreams by sharing with them tools, tips, and secrets on how to build a profitable business online and get to at least 6 figures in their business within 6 figures, consistent income per year within like 90 days of working with me. So if you would like to learn more about what I do, you can actually go to my website. It is NicoleKelso.com, NICHOLE, Kelso, KELSO.com. I also have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/market like a mother. And that's where you can find me on Facebook. We're starting to do some lives in the next couple of weeks or so that you can learn more about all the things that I offer to entrepreneurs. Um, I just want to send so much love and so many blessings out, and just my heart goes out to everyone who, of course, the world is together in our dealing with and being affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. It is my hope that everyone is able to transition past their fear and past any, I know, hesitancies and trials and tribulations, and get back to the feeling and sense of faith and um, connection with your relationship with God. So I'm just very excited to see that you are here and you're able to hear these words, that there's lots of love out there for you. We love you. Um, we are praying for you, and we just are looking for ways, or we're being led. We are being led in ways to help share our gifts with the world, so that we can help you in some way um, um, better handle, better cope, and feel great and still feel good on a daily basis with your connection with God, with your um, daily lives, and just have that with you all day long. We want to make sure that you're aligned with feeling well, having a feeling of comfort, and a feeling that God is with you all the time, and He's in you all the time. And we just want to say that, excuse me, that you do have a purpose. God gives you your purpose, and you do have one. And we want to let you know that you can take the steps to release all doubt and find your purpose in life by exploring your many passions. And the way that you can do that is definitely get those steps. I know Lystra is very prolific in being able to explain the steps in doing that, and explain um, through her book Get Real all the struggles that she went through, that you definitely can find somewhere in the book that you could relate with. There's so many things that have gone on through our lives that may have had an impact where you say, oh, um, God, where do I turn now? You start to ask for help, and you start to ask for questions, you start to ask for guidance. And in her book, Get Real, she gives you the steps on how to get this guidance. Um, uh, and she takes it, and it's done she takes it, and it's done from uh, a biblical sense. It's all teachings based on teachings from the Bible. So that you can have the steps available to you as to getting from where you're feeling down in despair, downtrodden, and it helps you take that ladder, take those steps up until you finally are to that point where you feel rebuilt, you're starting to heal, or you know that the healing is happening. And so, with that knowledge, with that deep knowledge, you are feeling uh, more hopeful. You're feeling lifted. You're feeling more healed. You're feeling a sense of relief. You're feeling a sense of release also. So please go out and buy Lystra's book, Get Real. I believe it is streaming across. Go to Amazon, search Get Real Lystra to find her ebook. I believe it's just, yay! All right, Catherine, I see you. I think you can buy it right now for just $4.99. And it, I know when I went on and I purchased like immediately buy. I think it says buy right now. I didn't have to go to cart and just swiped it, and it was immediately delivered to my Kindle. So we're very excited that hopefully she'll be back on again to give us her rankings, where Lystra is right now. And we're really on here live because we were doing a big celebration. We know she has done so much. All right, Ryan, thank you for downloading Lystra's book. That is, oh, great. And also for your mom. It is really such a blessing. And I know that she is very appreciative of your support, and just very excited. This is just so exciting for everyone who was involved in some way, shape, or form of just encouraging her to share her gift with the world. I mean, Lystra is an incredible writer. The book is so well written, and it's just such an amazing read. So I'm so excited to see how she's doing. And Lystra is back with us together so that we could see what's going on with her book and where you can find it on Amazon.
Yes, I just brought it up in case somebody, I know that the ticker tape's going at the bottom, but there's the title of the book, there's the cover, and I just been sharing that so you guys could know what you're looking for. I know it can be a little hard. Several people text me this morning, literally my own kids and people that are pretty savvy on the computer are just like, I can't find it. All it gives me is a sample. So I'm not sure, but hey, there it is. And this is a live shot of it on the internet right now. So it should be able to just buy with one click or whatever. And as Ryan just posted, buy one for somebody else. Buy one for your mom, your sister, your dad, your brother, your kids, or whatever. It's really just a great resource. And upcoming next, like I told you guys, upcoming next will be the Bible study that goes with it, that you can read the book and you can work through some workbook on that to kind of answer some questions and use it with your small group, and also a 30-day devotional. So that's what I'm working on now, just trying to take what's already there and sort of reformulate it into something even more workable so that you guys have some great tools to go with this. Of course, everybody keeps asking me, when is the paperback coming? Because if they're like me, they like paper. I do love paper. I have several bookcases at home. I would rather paper than electronic, but electronic I do have also because I can carry it with me. But the paperback, I don't have a date because we're going to have it reformatted for a book style. It's a little different formatting than the electronic version. So I'm hoping that the person I can get to format it will be available, and it won't be very long or very expensive. I don't know. This is my first time, but I'm learning these Amazon streets as we go. So this has all been just fun. I think the people around me are just like, I'm just getting tired just watching you do all this stuff. But Nicole and I are very alike in that we want to be the ones who know all the details because we want to know it for ourselves and know it really well. But guess what? That benefits all of you, because when we know it, we're going to take it to you. We're going to take it to other people. We're going to make sure that we're sharing that information. And so other people are able to benefit from the time and the effort that, that we spend. And we just like the details. We're so detail oriented. It doesn't bother us to watch the videos and take the notes. And if we have time, we enjoy that. So I'm speaking for her because I know. But anyways, but that's how we are. And so, hey, take advantage of that. And again, we have that challenge going right now, that giveaway that's coming up. That one is a 2-week giveaway. It's not a 1 day. The 2-week thing, because I figure that could go for a little bit longer, give you guys a chance to connect, because you'll see her name there on the post on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And then, hey, you could just look her up and try to find some of her groups. Go look for some of her videos, because she just be spitting out so much knowledge. Like, you need a whole notebook just for her little 15-minute videos. You've already learned whole steps for things. And so I always tell her, I'm like, you're just giving so much information. Like, in our minds, we're thinking, is that enough? Like, I don't know. I think we need more content. But we each have to tell each other, no, it's already above average in terms of content. And certainly if you were to compare it with others, it's definitely a lot more than what you would get in the average out there in the world. So I don't want to hold you guys up too long. I know we've been here for an hour already, and I just love hanging out with my friend. We don't get to do this ever.
Oh, this is awesome.
It's so rare just to even see you like this. So I'm just enjoying this, and I'm just like, enjoying you. You just look so beautiful and so shiny and brand new over there. No, I don't know. Quarantine, I think, is agreeing with us in different ways, because I think you've lost weight and I've gained it. But I mean, hey, it is what it is for right now, because I've been sitting in chairs and in front of computers for weeks and weeks and weeks. So we're going to try this.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to coach me on them pounds right there.
Okay, I'm here for you on that too.
Oh, yeah. See, we just have fun hanging out and just saying what's real, because it is what it is. But anyway, but you guys, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you enjoyed the things that we're talking about, and of course the beautiful song that Nicole sang for us. Thank you, my friend, for singing for me. It is such a blessing for my friends to all come on and bless me today. I have a couple more coming up later. I think like 3 more. And I'm just like, I'm just going to be over here worshiping in the corner. Just such talent. So Nicole, you have to tune in at like 5 o'clock tonight, because our friend Charles is coming on to give us a set.
Get out.
Yes, I got him for one evening. And so you guys are going to be in for a treat for that. Of course, not that everybody coming on has something to offer, but I'm just saying that because Nicole has met him, and my friend in Texas is an amazing guitarist, like a total master guitarist. Like, you would think if you close your eyes, it was Prince in front of you. Like, he is amazing. He could sing and play. So, yeah, you just like close one eye and you just don't know.
Right.
Like, amazing. He's coming on to do a set. I hope it's a good long set, because I'm just going to be sitting here just patting my foot and just enjoying. So we have some great stuff coming up, you guys. Please come back and join us. I'm going to be back here in maybe another 20 minutes or so with another guest, and we're going to be talking about mentoring young people. My friend Coach Jackie is about to come up in a little bit, and then there's going to be stuff all afternoon. We have an amazing woman of God, minister, and chaplain, just teacher, instructor, encourager, coming up at 2 o'clock. And it's changed my life just listening to her speak. Just sitting there being encouraged by her has just turned me into a whole nother person just in the past couple of years that I've known her. So, I mean, we just have some amazing things coming up, some more music, some more amazing musicians are going to be here playing live, the piano and singing. And I mean, this is just, I'm just enjoying it. I don't get this kind of treatment every day. So I'm going to have some cake and punch later on. So y'all go get you some cake, cupcake or something from the store, so you could join me when I get my cake out, because before I go to Coach Nicole's house, I'm going to have a cupcake or something to celebrate this day. And so once again, we started out as number 3. We are at number 3 in hot new releases right now in Christian counseling and recovery. Come on, somebody. So I am so happy. I'm going to try to resist the urge to look at it right now when we go offline, but I'll probably check it after, Jackie, because I got to come back and give you guys some good news, because before the day is over, I'm going to be number 1 bestseller in Amazon in somebody's category. I'm going to be there. And you guys are going to have to send me a t-shirt. But anyway, this has been so amazing, Nicole. Thank you so much for coming on. What a blessing. And thank you for sharing your wisdom, your insight, your voice, just your love, your encouragement. You're just one of my biggest encouragers, just always with a positive word and even a positive dollar. You're just like, oh, you need to, you're a little short on trying to get that thing done. Let me just help you out because I believe in you. And I'm just saying that to say, like, sometimes there's ways that people can come for you and support you in ways that is just so unexpected. And it's the little things. If it's just like, girl, I just want to treat you to lunch, I'm gonna send you a Panera card, like those are the things that are just like so beautiful, because it's at those times when, you're sitting here in the house in a pandemic, or, you haven't had your feet done in a while. I bet you my friend Nicole is going to drive out here and say, girl, it's pedicure day today, So friends are amazing. You guys got to get you some. You got to get you some accountability partners. Come on now, because we all need somebody to pick us up when we're down. We need somebody that's going to kick us in the butt when we're being discouraged or we're just doing the most. So anyway, that's who Nicole is for me. She's so many things for me, and I just appreciate her even when I feel like I'm without family. She's like, come on over, you're part of my family for Christmas. I mean, just the beautiful things in life that I can always feel a part of something. And so thank you, my friend. I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all your kind words and your belief in me, because it's all that belief over the years that finally produced something tangible other than my goodwill. But I mean, I'm just so thankful to finally have a physical rendition of something, because that's been a long time coming.
Yes.
And all my friends that have known me a long time are like, it's about time you didn't push that baby out. Come on now. You've been pregnant for 20 years. I don't understand.
We knew you were going to do it. We knew you.
Anyways, but yes, so life is good. I am just feeling so enthusiastic and positive, even though I'm a little sleepy. I'm just like, this is the best day ever. So I'm going to go in here and grab me a little something before Coach Jackie comes.
And get some more coffee.
I know. I have some coffee right here, and I just haven't even drunk it yet. I just actually need some food.
Me too.
I need you to come over here and fix me some macaroni and cheese and some peach cobbler. Those are your 2 dishes right there.
That's Thanksgiving.
Forget that. No, we need something right now. My birthday is in 2 weeks. Come on now. We ain't waiting for Thanksgiving for the good stuff. Anyways, but thank you, Nicole. It's so awesome hanging out with you and just hanging out and having some fun. You guys got to hear some stories about me today, so that was fun. Anyways, but love you, Nicole. Love you guys. Thank you for joining. Thanks for your support, and we will see you back on here very shortly. All right, take care, you guys.